All right. Hello there. Hope you are doing well tonight, this evening, this July the 1st, 2025. It's the first day of July. Another June is already in the books, and this summer is rolling on. We are a couple of weeks into summer, and July the 1st is here. A lot of things are happening in the world of entertainment and physical media. Of course, we all know that the Barnes and Noble sale for Criterion titles is in full swing. I also think that Kino Lorber titles are on sale as well at Barnes Noble. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. And I also, as I was leaving work today, coming home, of course, I stopped by one of my local Barnes and Noble locations here in the Metro Atlanta area, and I picked up a title I had on hold, which is The Big Heat. So I had a chance to pick this one up on 4K from Criterion from Barnes& Noble, and I also picked up this one here with Nail and I on 4K Ultra HD. So added a couple of more Criterion 4Ks to the foray there. But I also noticed at that Barnes& Noble location that they had a little a little small section of Radiance titles that were being sold for 50% off. So that is a little bit of information there that your local Barnes and Noble, if they carry Radiance titles, that those might be on sale as well. So a lot of interesting sales and opportunities for us physical media lovers. But of course, tonight we're talking about Arrow Video's September 2025 titles. Of course, those were announced this past Friday, June the 27th, but as those announcements came out, we were actually, at the time those announcements came out, we were rushing through Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, about to board the flight to make our way back to the United States of America. So was not able to do a reaction stream on Friday. It was just a little bit too busy, and this weekend overall was busy, but definitely want to come on tonight and share reactions to these titles. I know a lot of people are excited about these titles for the month of September. We're going to go through each one of them. And I know that Creep Show 2 is at the top of a lot of people's list. For me, though, I'm still, to be completely honest, I'm still sort of processing these titles for the month of September. There are none that are currently jumping out at me, but I know that there are a lot of fans of these films that are excited about some of these titles. So we're going to talk about them, and I want to hear in the comments section what you think about these titles. So we're going to make this a relatively short and sweet stream tonight. We're going to just move through the titles, get some comments, get a little conversation going. I want to get a little bit of a feel from you of how you're feeling about these titles for Arrow Video, and really also, how do you feel about Arrow's lineup for the year so far? What titles are you enjoying from Arrow Video? Are you taking advantage of the Criterion sale? Let us know what you're doing in the world of physical media. So let's capture a few comments here. Adrian James says, "Hello, James." Adrian, I was in your neck of the woods just about a week or so ago. So hope you're doing well across the pond. I was across the pond with you there just a few days ago. Hope you're doing well. We have Latalo Moore, Big Game James. What's up? Your big game, Latalo. You are the big game man. And we have Archie Cinema. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon to you as well, Archie. Hope you're doing well. And he said there is definitely a Kino Lorber sale on their website, $17 and $18 4Ks. They got me, James, at both sales. Yeah, if you're a Kino Lorber fan, which I am, it's a great opportunity to get some, Kino Lorber titles right now at a really, really good price. I love a lot of those Kino Lorber releases that are out there. Let me give one quick Kino recommendation. Actually, I'll give a couple. You can't go wrong with this 4K here. Play Misty for me. Clint Eastwood. Cannot go wrong with that at all. Another one that I highly, highly recommend is one that stars the late, great Gene Hackman. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Narrow Margin. Now, if you know anything about me on this channel, I've said this a number of times. I love a good train movie. This is a good one right here. This is Gene Hackman. This is from 1994. The late, great Gene Hackman stars in this film here, along with Ann Archer, and it's a really, really good film. He plays a police officer, police detective, who is trying to protect this lady who was a witness to a murder. So very, very good, solid thriller starring Gene Hackman. So highly recommend that for this Kino sale, along with several others. Serpico, I mean, you see here, or maybe you don't see, but just a lot of great titles. Marathon Man, Death Wish, The Taking of Pelham 123 is another really good one from Kino Lorber. And it's also getting an Arrow video release coming up soon on 4K. So a lot of great options there for physical media fans. So yeah, so like I said, we're gonna make this a relatively short and sweet stream tonight. Thank you all for joining, everyone who's out there joining tonight. And I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go to my Twitter feed or my X feed. And we're gonna go to the site that is oops, whoa. Ah, so hopefully you are seeing my screen right now as we speak. And this was from Arrow Video's Twitter feed as of June the 27th. As they typically do, they'll say, hey, time for our September new title reveals. So always excited to see that at the end of every month. So roughly every last Friday of the month, Arrow Video announces their upcoming titles coming out 3 months into the future. Sometimes they'll choose a different Friday depending on what date that Friday falls on. If it happens to fall on a holiday or something, then they'll choose an alternate date. But usually it's the last Friday of each month. In this case, it was Friday, June the 27th. So the first title they announced here is a title that has already come out on 4K Ultra HD in the United States and Canada, and that is American Gigolo is now getting a UK 4K release. So that is very, very exciting. And you see here that there is an opportunity to pre-order on rarewaves.com site. Also on Zavi is an option. And of course, you can order this UK title, American Gigolo, starring Richard Gere, limited edition 4K Ultra HD on the Arrow Video site. So let's go ahead and click this Arrow Video link. And that brings us to Arrow Video site. Again, this title has already been out in the United States in one of those chunky box sets. I have not picked this title up, but let us know in the comments section what you think about this title. It looks like the same packaging of the American and Canadian release that came out several months ago, and it's now coming out in the United Kingdom, which of course I was in just recently. Hey, we had a great time in London. Absolutely amazing city. Just a fantastic city, along with Paris. I mean, two of the world's most epic cities and epic film locations. They are as cinematic as you can get when it comes to cities. But this is American Gigolo limited edition 4K Ultra HD. The stars Richard Gere, Paul Schrader, hot off writing the scripts of Martin Scorsese's immortal classics Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, stepped into the director's chair for the third time with 1980s American Gigolo, a gripping tale of intrigue and deception set against the backdrop of sultry late 70s Los Angeles and starring Richard Gere in a breakthrough performance. So yeah, this film, American Gigolo, is an iconic early 80s film. I have not seen this film actually. In fact, in full disclosure, I have not seen any of these films in Arrow Video September lineup. So these are all titles that would be blind buys for me and discoveries for me. So I really want to hear in the comment section what you all think of these titles. But it says here, in a world of wealth and desire, high-end male escort Julian K, who is played by Richard Gere, offers his love and attention to women in need. But when a client, the wife of a sadistic finance magnate, is found dead, all eyes turn to Julian as the prime suspect. Realizing he's being framed, Julian races to prove his innocence, determined to unravel the mystery behind the setup. As he digs deeper into the case, he embarks on a journey that forces him to confront his own identity. So very interesting stuff. This is a 4K Ultra HD limited edition. It's a 4K remaster from the original negative by Arrow Films. You're getting Dolby Vision with this, DTS HD 5.1 master audio, surround sound, and audio commentary from critic Adrian Martin. Let me see. Is there anything in the way of new special features? You do get American Icon, which is a new interview with Professor Jennifer Clark on American Gigolo and the fashion landscape of the 1980s, which is an interesting note about this film. When I was doing a little bit of research before I came on here this evening, from what I understand, this film was a big breakout moment for the brand Giorgio Armani, given the suits that Richard Gere wore in this film, apparently. So that is that's definitely an interesting little fact about this film. But you get a reversible sleeve, a double-sided fold-out poster, the 6 postcard size reproduction art cards, and a collector's booklet. So it looks like a really nice chunky box set. Of course, I've seen this in stores before. I just still haven't pulled the trigger on buying this one yet. But let me know in the comment section if this is one that you would recommend. If so, I might pick up the US edition when the next Arrow video sale comes up. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. Now, this comes out in the UK on September the 8th, 2025, and it's going to be at an RRP of £30. So I had a chance to trade in pounds during my time in UK. Actually, I still have a few of the coins left. Are these? Let me see. Are these pounds or euros? Uh, yeah. So yeah, I had like the bills, and you see here, this is a pound, or maybe you don't see, but anyway, uh, great stuff, great stuff. And of course, you see the exchange rates going from dollars to pounds and dollars to euros, and it's the dollar is not as strong against those currencies as we would like, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good. £30 available on September the 8th. So yeah, that is American Gigolo. So coming back out here, of course, you see the box set here. And but again, this has already come out in the US. It's now getting a UK release. And then the next title that we'll show here is Deadstream in the UK. Again, another UK edition. I am not sure if this has already been released in the US or not. This is actually my first time hearing about this title, but this is a film called Deadstream, available on Blu-ray, and it's available in the UK via HMV tweets or on the Arrow video site, and I believe also Zavi. So let's go ahead and click the Zavi link and see. Go to, okay, it says the page cannot be found. All right, let's just click the Arrow site. How about that? All right, so this brings us to Deadstream limited edition Blu-ray on Arrow, available for £18 on September the 1st, 2025. So it's a very interesting looking set here. I don't know anything about this particular film. This is a film that would be a new discovery for me. It says here, he's dying for followers. A frighteningly funny comedy horror from real life husband and wife team Vanessa and Joseph Winter. Deadstream is an outstanding satire on social media influencers and the found footage genre, combining elements of Patrick Bryce and Mark Duplass's Creep and Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2. Now, if you're out there in the chat, please confirm that you can actually see what I'm showing here in terms of the Arrow video listing for this title. Just let me know we can see it or we can't see it, just to confirm for me on that, please. And then we have here, this is a high definition 1080p Blu-ray presentation. So it's available on Blu-ray, not 4K. It's coming out on September the 1st. Is DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 surround audio. You get an audio commentary. You get a brand new introduction recorded exclusively for Arrow Video. You get a brand new featurette called Real Life Scares at Death Manor. And you get some archive featurettes, a short film, deleted scenes. You have Death Manor cam footage, reversible sleeve, and a collector's booklet. So looks like a really nice addition. This is a recent film, just came out in the last few years, and it's about a current topic, social media influencers. So very interesting stuff coming out September the 1st, and for £18 available for pre-order. So with that, let me go to another title here, and then I will come back to your comments. So that's Deadstream. The next title we'll go through here before we get back to the comments is another title available on Blu-ray in the UK, and that is The Woods. So let's take a look at that. It's available for pre-order on Arrow's site, as well as Zavi, as well as Rare Waves. So let's actually check out the Rare Waves link. This is a Blu-ray limited edition. And this is the Woods limited edition Blu-ray, $26.99. It says here, region code, region B, Arrow Video. It's available on September the 15th, 2025. So it's a very interesting looking cover, as you can see. Very ominous, actually, looking cover with the axe there. And you can see the various elements of art that are employed here. You have the reversible sleeve there, where you can see the classic uh, poster versus the new art that's been commissioned. So you have here in 2006, director Lucky McKee, The Woman, followed up his critically acclaimed character study May with The Woods, a brooding folk horror spellbinder in the tradition of such classics as Carrie and Suspiria. This is New England, 1965. Rebellious teenager Heather, played by Agnes Bruckner, murdered by numbers, is sent by her parents to a repressive all-girls boarding school in the heart of a dark forest. Under the watchful eye of the mysterious head mistress, Miss Travers, played by Patricia Clarkson of Shutter Island, Heather finds herself developing previously untapped supernatural abilities, beset by increasingly disturbing visions and mysterious voices. Heather must harness her powers to uncover the terrifying truth of what whispers from the woods. So this also stars Bruce Campbell and Rachel Nichols from the Amityville Horror. So that's interesting and beautifully shot by John Leonetti, who did The Mask. The Woods is a haunting tale of female empowerment and the occult, drenched with atmosphere and suspense. So you get a 1080p presentation, high definition. You're getting a brand new audio commentary by the director, Lucky McKee. You're getting a brand new video interview with Lucky McKee and storyboard artist Vanessa McKee. You get a brand new video interview with actress Agnes Bruckner, a storyboard gallery, which is a brand new feature. And you get some never before seen behind the scenes footage, image gallery, trailer, reversible sleeve, booklet. So a lot of some really interesting new special features in this edition. This again is coming out September the 15th. It is available for $26.99, and that is The Woods on Blu-ray limited edition from Arrow Video. So that is all interesting stuff there. So let's see what you all are saying here. Archie says American Gigolo was pretty good, just not enough for me to buy. A good watch though. Yeah, I haven't been compelled to buy it, to be honest with you. It's just not a title that's just jumping out at me. I have not heard that it's all that great, so to speak. I've heard that it's just okay. But I've not heard anyone say that it is just the most incredible thing. So I have not really been drawn to take a look at it. So, and I'm sorry, folks, if I'm sound a little different this evening. I'm still got a little bit of lingering jet lag. To be honest with you, Paris is 6 hours ahead, and so my head is still kind of getting adjusted to things. So please forgive me if I'm not 100% on my game tonight. Let's see. Spooky Nerd Club. What's up, James? I have been checking out your content for a while now, and I love your channel, man. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spooky. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say. Very kind of you to say. But could someone real quick confirm whether or not you were able to see what I was sharing earlier? Can y'all let me know that to make sure that I'm doing the right thing with this share? In the comments. Could someone just drop a little comment one way or the other for me? I could see it. Thank you, Doug. Gracias. All right. Yeah, I just want to confirm that to make sure that y'all are actually able to see what I'm sharing and I'm not just all right. So back to the next titles here. So that was The Woods. So far we have covered American Gigolo, which was the first title that was announced on 4K Ultra HD in the UK, Deadstream on Blu-ray in the UK, and The Woods on Blu-ray in the UK. So all three of those titles, limited editions, one 4K, two Blu-rays in the UK. And again, American Gigolo has previously been released on 4K in the US and Canada. Now it's getting a UK release in September. So the next title coming up here is a title that is available in the US and Canada. And it is The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. Now, this is a title that had previously been announced for the UK on 4K a few months ago. Now is getting a US and Canada release, and that is The Good, the Bad, and the Weird on 4K Ultra HD limited edition. So we'll click on that. And this is going to be available for a pre-order price of $45, and it's coming out the 30th of September 2025. So at the very end of September, this one is coming out to end the month of September. And this is the same looking edition that was made available in the UK just a few months ago. This is, again, The Good, the Bad, the Weird. This is a title that is that I'm still processing whether or not I am going to pick this one up, but it sounds intriguing. It says one map, three villains, winner takes all. Genre master Kim Ji-woon, a tale of two sisters, sets his sights on new frontiers and spice them up with this rollicking kimchi western, The Good, the Bad, the Weird. Wrangling three of Korea's biggest stars, he orchestrated an audacious action epic sweeping across the dusty Manchurian plains. So this takes place in the 1930s. And it's basically a 1930s era Korean Western. So definitely an intriguing title, like a mishmash of different genres, and definitely has some appeal there. So this is a 2-disc 4K Ultra HD limited edition that includes a reversible sleeve, a collector's bound booklet, 3 postcard size art cards, double-sided poster, and then you're getting Dolby Vision HDR on each of these 4Ks, the 4K master approved by the director Kim Ji-woon. And you're getting both the international and Korean versions of the film presented via seamless branching. DTS HD Master Audio 7.1 audio on both cuts of the film. And you're getting some archival commentaries, but I don't think you're getting any new special features. But definitely some existing archival commentaries, as well as a few other features, but I don't think there's anything in the way of new features here on this release. But again, this is The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, limited edition 4K Ultra HD, $45 pre-order price, available for release on the 30th of September 2025. So definitely interesting title there. Still processing whether or not I'm going to dive into that one. Now, the next one here is a title that is available in the US, or will be available in the US and Canada. This is a new US and Canada title. Again, this is one that I don't know if it has been released by Arrow Video in the UK or not, but it is getting a US and Canada release, and it is called Hellbender. So let's click on the link here. Hellbender, very interesting cover there. But yeah, this is coming out September the 16th, 2025. Pre-order price of $28. This is a limited edition Blu-ray edition, so it's not 4K, it's Blu-ray edition. Available for a pre-order price of $28, coming out September the 16th. And this is Growing Up is Hell, the 6th feature film from acclaimed filmmakers The Addams Family. The deeper you dig, Hellbender is a spellbinding folk horror and coming of age story boiling over with adolescent rage and wicked witchcraft. Teenager Izzy lives in isolation with mother because she has a rare immune disorder, or so she is told. After befriending local girl Amber, Lizzie begins to question the reality of her disease, and when she eats a live worm as part of a teenage game, she soon develops a ravenous hunger for living things, learning that she is the latest in a line of hellbenders, supernatural beings who possess immensely powerful abilities. So this is definitely a horror type film. a supernatural type film with a very weird premise that's not exactly grabbing me, to be honest with you. But I know that there are fans of this film out there. For those of you who have seen this movie, let us know what you think about it, and let us know whether or not, hey, is this something that I should consider picking up? Let me know that in the comment section. You're getting a high definition 1080p Blu-ray presentation, a lossless 2.0 stereo audio. You're getting a brand new audio commentary, brand new visual essay, and some other archival featurettes. And you get the reversible sleeve and the illustrated collector's booklet. So very nice looking, Blu-ray edition here on limited edition from Arrow Video. If you're a fan of this film, this is definitely a no-brainer. But for someone like myself who really isn't familiar with this movie and is not the biggest horror fan in the world, I do like some horror titles, but this one is just not really speaking to me, in all honesty. But let me know in the comment section if it's speaking to you. Let me know that in the comment section. All right. The next title here is a title that I know a lot of people are excited about. This is probably the tentpole release of the month from Arrow Video, and that is Creep Show 2. This is, I believe, an anthology type series or type film that deals with a number of different vignettes. And so this is a film that was written by George A. Romero. He wrote the screenplay for this film, but he didn't direct it. It was actually helmed by longtime collaborator Michael Gornick, Romero's cinematographer on Dawn of the Dead. So let's go ahead and click on the UK, US, and Canada title, Creep Show 2 on 4K limited edition. So this is available in all three countries, the United States, the UK, and Canada. So let's go ahead and click on this link here. Creepshow 2 limited edition 4K Ultra HD. A lot of people are excited about this title. I would say this is probably the title that most people are going to have the most, interest in for this month. So let's definitely keep an eye on this one. Now, this one is available for $25 or 25 pounds pre-order. It's coming out September the 29th, 2025. And you can see it's a pretty nice looking, what appears to be a chunky box set with the contents here. You get a little mini comic book here. But it says here, Titans of Terror, George A. Romero and Stephen King delivered yet another selection of blood-curdling tales in Creepshow 2, the follow-up to the 1982 horror classic. In Old Chief Woodenhead, a group of young hoodlums face retribution from an unlikely source after looting a local hardware store. Meanwhile, the raft sees a group of horny teens wishing they'd read the warning signs before taking a dip in a remote lake. And finally, an uptight businesswoman finds herself with some unwanted company following a hit and run incident in The Hitchhiker. So these like anthology stories, definitely interesting premise here, or premises here with these different stories. You're getting a brand new 4K restoration by Arrow Films from the original negative. You're getting Dolby Vision on this 4K disc. You are getting audio commentary and archival interviews and archive featurette. And you get my friend Rick Howard Berger on his special effects mentor, Rick Baker, behind the scenes footage, trailers, image gallery, a limited edition booklet, illustrated collector's booklet, and reversible sleeves. So very nice looking edition overall. If you're a fan of this film, this is beyond a no-brainer. If you're someone like myself, this is, if I get inclined to do a blind buy here, I may just do that. But I want to hear in the comment section what you all think of this film and whether or not Creepshow 2 is worth picking up. That's what I want to hear in the comment section from you, as to whether or not what you think about it. Now, I'm going to get an opinion right here from Archie. It says Creepshow 2 is a must buy. Big fan. I enjoy Creepshow 2 better than the original. Arrow already has this available on Blu-ray. Glad I waited for the 4K. Okay, that is good to know. Good to know. But yeah, I want to hear from others what you think about Creepshow 2, as well as what you think about the other titles that have been announced so far from Arrow Video. Says here, Doug says the packaging and special features look awesome for Creepshow 2, I would imagine. So yeah, there's a lot of people. If you're a fan of that film, which there are a lot of people who are, it seems to be like a cult classic horror type film, anthology film, and I'm sure it has its legion of fans who are very excited about this particular title. So that is awesome. So let us go back to the feed. Excuse me. I have the yawnies tonight. Let's see. So that is Creepshow 2 in the UK, US, and Canada. So all three countries. Now, this next title here is coming out in the US and Canada, as well as UK. So UK, US, and Canada, all three countries again. This is a limited edition Blu-ray of the film Proof of the Man. So this is an interesting looking title here. This is a title that if I were to get anything this particular month, this one might be it. This is a pre-order price of £18, available September the 8th. And it says movie mogul Haruki Katakawa changed the landscape of Japanese cinema for good when he introduced the concept of the blockbuster to the country with this gripping crime drama featuring an all-star cast. When mixed race Johnny Hayward, flower traveling band vocalist Joe Yamanaka heads from his Harlem home to Tokyo, he becomes the victim of a brutal stabbing in the elevator of a plush hotel hosting a catwalk show by elite fashion designer Kyoko, played by Mariko Okada. That same night, Kyoko's son, with her powerful politician husband, Yohei Toshiro Mifune, is involved in a fatal and hit and run accident and flees the country. Suspecting the incidents may be linked, Detective Monsu Yusaku Matsuda, the game trilogy, heads to New York to investigate Johnny's background. Here he is partnered with local detective Ken Shufton, played by George Kennedy of Airport, whose own links to Japan dredge up painful memories from Munase's childhood. So very, very interesting. Interesting premise. This is one that I might want to sink my teeth into, but we shall see. It's coming out on Blu-ray, lossless mono audio, optional English subtitles. You get a brand new audio commentary, a brand new video introduction, and a brand new film discussion. So a number of new features, including a brand new audio commentary here. This is coming out September the 8th, 2025. And available for a pre-order price of £18. So this definitely looks like an attractive deal here. And if you've seen this film, I want to hear from you in the comments section, whether you're watching this live or on replay, what you think about Proof of the Man. Let us know that in the comments section. All right, getting down to the wire here. The next title here is a title that a number of you have seen, a number of you are excited about. It's coming out on 4K Ultra HD in the United States and Canada, as well as the UK. And it is Lost in Space, coming out on 4K limited edition. This is going to be coming out September the 1st, at the beginning of the month. Pre-order price of £25. Lost in Space limited edition 4K Ultra HD. So this is a very fascinating title. Danger Will Robinson, from the producers of Deep Blue Sea and Poseidon, comes Lost in Space, a high-octane sci-fi adventure through time and space where a family adrift in a distant world must overcome adversity in the face of incredible odds. The year is 2058. With Earth on the brink of collapse, the Robinson family is chosen to lead a critical mission to colonize a distant planet aboard the Jupiter 2 spacecraft. But the mission is sabotaged by the traitorous Dr. Zachary Smith, and the ship veers off course and plunges through a rift in space-time, leaving the Robinsons stranded in an unknown universe. Now lost in a hostile alien galaxy, the family must trek through treacherous environments, battle deadly creatures, and avoid Smith's unpredictable schemes. As tensions rise and survival becomes uncertain, Their greatest challenge may be holding together as a family. So very interesting. Lost in Space. I believe this was inspired by the old classic TV series of the same name. So very, very interesting stuff here. This is a title that I definitely want to hear what you all think about it. That may help me decide whether or not, may help me make a decision whether or not I want to pick this one up or not. But yeah, this is, despite being a critical flop, this film dethroned Titanic at the US box office in April 1998 and ending its record setting 15-week streak at number one. So, this is the film that broke Titanic's streak back then. So that is very interesting to know. Again, this comes out September the 1st at the beginning of the month. It's available for a pre-order price of £25, and it is Lost in Space limited edition 4K Ultra HD. Will be available in the UK, the US, and Canada. So exciting stuff there. All right. So we are getting down to the wire here. And where are we? I believe that is the last title. So yeah, this here is a recap. Of course, you get American Gigolo in the UK. You get Deadstream in the UK. American Gigolo is a 4K release. Deadstream is a Blu-ray release. You also get in the UK The Woods on Blu-ray, and The Good, the Bad, and the Weird is coming out on 4K Ultra HD in the US and Canada. Hellbender is coming out in the US and Canada on a Blu-ray special edition. Creepshow 2 is getting a UK, US, and Canada release on 4K Ultra HD, as well as Lost in Space. Proof of the Man is getting a Blu-ray release in all three countries. Deadstream is coming out in the UK, as well as American Gigolo. Of all of these titles, the title that probably interests me the most is Proof of the Man. And it's just a matter of when I decide to pick that one up. The other titles, to be honest with you, for the month of September are not really jumping out at me. But there is an upcoming title from Arrow that I'm really excited about, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, that is coming out in the month of August. And I'm really excited about that. That is the concluding chapter of the spaghetti Western trilogy from Sergio Leone, starring Clint Eastwood, the Dollars trilogy. So looking forward to that conclusion coming in August. It was supposed to come out in June originally, but there was a delay from Arrow, and we're going to be getting it in August. Fingers crossed. But yeah, what do you all think of these titles? Again, I said this would be a fairly brief live stream tonight. I just wanted to come on here and share some thoughts and get y'all's thoughts as well on these titles. Archie says Creepshow has separate stories in one movie, tales from the Crypt style, but in the movie form. The second one surpasses the original, in my opinion. So you like the second film, Creepshow 2, better than Creepshow, the first one. Very interesting. See, Lutalo says Creepshow 2 isn't as good as the original, but it's a solid movie. So again, you see differing opinions. One person says it's better than the original. Another person says it's not as good as the original. That's the beauty of this community, is people can have different opinions and see things different ways, and it's all part of a great discussion. Doug Waddell says, I usually don't go for Arrow titles, but these look really good. Good. That's good to know. Adrian says Lost in Space. I saw that one in cinema. Okay. I haven't seen it since 1998, but I liked it as a kid. Lost in Space, I mean. Okay. Good to know. Lost in Space is a generic 1990 sci-fi movie. Okay. Thank you, Lutalo. But yeah, for those of you joining this via a replay on YouTube, definitely let us know what you think and what you would recommend as far as Arrow titles to pick up in a future sale. Also, let us know of any other titles from other labels like Kino Lorber or Criterion Collection, what recommendations you have in those spaces. Are you watching anything in the world of Arrow Video or Criterion or Kino Lorber that you want to share? Drop a comment in the comment section any recommendations you have. But definitely want to hear what you think about the September 2025 slate from Arrow Video. This is a slate for me that I'm going to pass on most of these titles. I may end up picking up one, but I definitely want to know in the comments section what titles you are most interested in. Now, let's see here. Archie says, James, also Amazon is price matching the Criterion sale. Yes, that has typically been the case the last several years where Amazon will price match most of those Criterion titles and sell them at 50% off on their website. And in some cases, you have an opportunity to get an even better deal than 50% off. I believe last time I checked, Paper Moon, check and see if it's still the case. 4K was being sold on Amazon for like $18 or 60% off. So you can get some really good deals out there if you look, but definitely check on that. And if it's still selling for that price, why not pull the trigger on that? But yeah, thank you all for joining this evening. Again, I wanted to make this a relatively short and sweet stream. Just come on here and share some thoughts on these titles that have been announced from Arrow Video. Want to hear what your excitement level is and what Arrow titles you are currently watching and how the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale is treating you. Let us know all that in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Hope that you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening and the rest of the week, and a happy 4th of July holiday to everybody. Peace. And of course, Spooky Nerd Club says, thanks, James. Glad I could catch your live stream. And thank you for joining Spooky Nerd Club. Definitely appreciate you joining and appreciate all of you for joining. Hope you have an awesome 4th. God bless.